Hi, this is Jared Polak, founder of Entre Results, author of Entre Balance and Entre Business. Looking forward to another awesome podcast today. We are going to focus a little bit more about my story as a business owner, and it's not going to be as many kind of bullet point takeaways, but just a little bit about my story. I hope it acts as a bit of encouragement for you if you are starting a business, have a business, struggling in a business, growing a business. However you can take this information, I want it to encourage you. I remember moving to Houston in 2003, and I didn't know anybody, completely alone. It was a very lonely time in my life, and I was working all the time. And Houston is a major city, obviously, but I remember thinking, wow, there's not that much traffic in Houston, because I would wake up so early that I would miss the morning rush traffic, and then I would come home so late at night that I didn't hit the evening traffic. So I never thought there was much traffic in Houston for the first at least month of working in Houston. And I remember it was coming close to Christmas time, and during the year, the position I was in, probably 2 to 3 times a year, we really had to pull late nighters and really kind of crunch for sort of a test or evaluation that we had coming up. And I remember it was about 2 a.m. I was about 25 miles from where I lived, and so I had to drive back home. I was leaving at 2 a.m. after working all day long, all into the early morning of the night. And as I was driving home, right when I got to a pretty shady area of town on a major highway, my car got a major flat tire. Now, Houston is sometimes pretty warm, but this is the time of the year. It was like the coldest day of the year. It was like 35 degrees outside. It was very cold, especially for Houston. And for some reason, I was totally unable to change the tire, so I had to call someone. So literally, I'm sitting in my car, and I called AAA or someone to fix the car. And I rolled my window down, and it got stuck. And so literally, I'm freezing. My window wouldn't roll up for whatever reason, and I'm sitting there thinking, what in the world am I doing with my life? And that was just a moment where I was forced to sit and pause and think about my future, about what I wanted my life to look like. And again, I was kind of just out of college, and I made a decision there and throughout a couple other moments sort of similar to that, where, this was not going to be my future career. This is not going to be what I was doing for the rest of my life. Although in retrospect, I'm very thankful for that time. And it's cool to look at about 10 years later, maybe 12 years later from then. I've had a business for about 10 years, and looking back about, just the joy of having my own business coaching company for about 10 years now. It is awesome to look back in terms of the struggles or the challenges in my past career. And so maybe you are in a moment where you're doing something where it's preparing you for the future, but you're not there yet. Stay encouraged. Maybe you're starting a business and you're struggling right now. Well, stay encouraged as well, because once you get kind of to a certain level, it is going to give you an opportunity to create a business that gives you the life you want. And so I've had the privilege to have a business that gives me the life I want, not only in terms of flexibility and freedom of schedule, but also, gosh, I love what I do. It's great to work with other amazing coaches on the Entre Results team. I love working with clients. I love helping people. I like watching people grow, just empowering people. It is a awesome, awesome life. And I feel very fortunate to have that. But as I think back to one of the biggest mistakes that I had or I made is, I never really got good coaching, good counseling, good advice, good mentorship for the beginning stages of my business. And so if I had to do it all over again, I would have gotten even more feedback before starting my business, because really the only people that really gave me feedback were people that thought it was a bad idea for me at a very young age to start a business coaching company. People that I respected and cared about really didn't like the idea of all. I didn't think it was a good financial move, a good move for my life. And so, in some ways I had a lot of naysayers, and these are people that cared about me. These aren't just people that didn't care about me. And so it was really tough because most people didn't want me to do it. And then, maybe a few people were like, yeah, you should go for it. But really just an overwhelming amount of naysaying. So I really never got a lot of good advice and counsel on how to do this thing. And so I started off maybe a little bit naive about business. And then once the business got going, I really, in retrospect, I know I should have probably sought counsel or coaching maybe after a year or two after the business became a little bit established. Because as I look at my business now, 10 years from starting, about 10 years in November, I probably, if I would have sought coaching earlier, I probably in year 6 or 7 would probably have been and achieved where I'm at now at year 9 or 10. And so as I think about coaching for my clients and for all our future clients, I think about it's not just like that people are seeking help to get to where they want to be. It really exponentially increases the time frame to get from where you are now from where you want to be. Because I'm going to get to where I want to be with my goals. I know you probably are as well, but if you can increase it if you can shave years off the time it'll take to get there, that's a good return on investment. And so I think that's one thing that coaching really adds value that people don't talk about that much. And so I just want to encourage you, if you're curious about coaching, reach out to us at entreresults.com. I'd love to connect you with one of the coaches on our team. Sometimes we have certain specials where you have a chance for a very low investment to go through a business strategy session, which basically allows you to experience what coaching's all about. There's definitely forms on our website and information and content and educational stuff you can soak in. But really just want to encourage you, wherever you're at right now, seek help. It makes a huge difference. Go out, take action, and make it a better than amazing day.